The Legend of the Snake and the Golden Horn. Once upon a time, in a distant countryside, there lived a kind and hard-working farmer. He lived alone in a small house by the forest and toiled daily in the fields to make a living. One day, while returning from the fields, he heard a weak, pitiful groan by the roadside. Curious, he approached and saw a large snake trapped under a heavy rock. Seeing the farmer, the snake pleaded in a weak voice, "Oh, kind farmer, please help me escape from this rock. I have been trapped here for many days without food or water, and I can't endure any longer." Feeling sorry for the snake, the farmer used all his strength to lift the rock and free the creature. The snake stretched its body, took a deep breath, and then looked at the farmer with cold, sharp eyes. In a deep voice, it said, "Thank you for saving me. But according to the law of nature, I must eat you to survive." The farmer was horrified. "What are you saying? I saved your life, and now you want to repay kindness with betrayal?" The snake shook its head. "In this world, the strong survive, and the weak are eaten. That is the eternal law." The farmer, terrified but trying to stay calm, said, "If that's the case, let's ask others for their opinion and see if they agree with you." The snake nodded in agreement. They first approached an old ox grazing by the roadside. The farmer told the story and asked, "Tell me, do you think the snake should eat me?" The old ox slowly replied, "I have lived with humans all my life. When I was young, I plowed their fields and worked hard for them. But when I became old and weak, they stopped feeding me properly and abandoned me. Humans are ungrateful creatures, so, in my opinion, the snake has the right to do as it wishes." Hearing this, the snake grinned triumphantly, but the farmer still held on to hope. They continued their journey until they reached an old banyan tree by the roadside. The farmer asked, "Oh, wise banyan tree, I saved this snake, but now it wants to eat me. What do you think?" The banyan tree pondered for a moment and then replied, "I provide shade for humans, offering them a place to rest beneath my branches. But when I grow old, they cut me down for firewood. Humans are selfish. So I think the snake's actions are justified." The farmer was deeply disappointed. The snake laughed gleefully. "Did you hear that? Both of them agree with me. Now prepare to become my meal." The farmer was in despair, but just at that moment, a young shepherd boy passed by. The farmer hurriedly ran to the boy and told him the entire story before asking, "What do you think? Should the snake eat me?" The boy scratched his head and thought for a moment before saying, "I don't quite understand. If the snake was really trapped under the rock, how exactly was it lying? Can you show me?" Hearing this, the snake agreed. It quickly slithered back to its original position and crawled under the rock to demonstrate. At that moment, the boy and the farmer quickly rolled the rock back into place, trapping the snake just as... The boy grinned mischievously and said, "Now the snake is back where it started. It can wait for another kind-hearted person to come and save it." The farmer burst into laughter and thanked the boy profusely. Before leaving, the boy suddenly remembered something and said to the farmer, "I once heard my grandmother say that snakes have a golden horn on their heads. Whoever possesses it will have great fortune and wealth." Hearing this, the farmer looked closely at the snake and indeed saw a small, glowing golden horn on its head. Carefully, he broke off the horn, placed it in his pocket, and left with the boy. From that day on, the farmer's life changed completely. The golden horn brought him endless luck, his crops flourished, and his livestock multiplied. He no longer had to worry about food or clothing. As for the snake, trapped under the rock with no one to save it, it eventually disappeared from the forest forever.